Chalkboard art has such a timeless and creative look. I'm going to show you how I create my favorite erasable chalkboard surface and how I make custom chalkboard art using IOD stamps and erasable liquid chalk. My very favorite technique for producing an erasable chalkboard surface is to use Fusion Mineral Paint. I apply 2 coats of Fusion Mineral Paint Ash in a random slip-slap fashion. This is a piece of masonite that I had cut specifically for the antique frame that I'm using. Fusion is a water-based latex paint which cures to a very durable and hard finish. Once my 2 coats of Fusion paint have dried, I then apply Tough Coat. This is a matte polyacrylic sealer which is non-yellowing and very durable. Apply 3 coats of the Fusion Tough Coat. Allow each coat to dry completely before applying the next. Here's how I get that chalkboard look. I'm using IOD's Erasable Liquid Chalk ink. I kind of sprinkle it around the surface, and then using a slightly damp paper towel or soft rag, I wipe it over the board to create those smudgy, smeary, chalkboard looking swipes. Pull out all of your IOD font stamps and let's have fun laying out a design. I'm using Retro, Swoosh, I'm using block type, and I'll be using the traditional typeset. Now just let your imagination run wild. Or if you need to, grab some inspiration from Pinterest. Create a layout that's pleasing to you, and no worries. If you don't like it, you can always rearrange. And later, erase if you need to. I like to use a brayer to apply my erasable liquid chalk. Once I've determined a layout, I use the thin mount to press over my stamps and to lift them off of the board, and then brayer the ink onto each of the letters. Carefully apply the inked stamps to your chalkboard. Use one hand to hold the thin mount, and then with your other hand, press each letter individually. I really wanted to get it right. Gently press the stamps in place without shifting. But I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. Continue to lay out your design. When I'm using the Swoosh font stamp, I like to overlap my letters and then pull off every other one. Then use my thin mount to grab those stamps. Ink them and apply them to the board. After I lay out the other missing letters, I will ink those as well and put them into the blank spots. Trying to find some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart. You can also apply those missing letters individually if that's easier for you. Continue to build your design and apply the letters in whatever way you want, whatever looks good to you. Remember that the beauty of the erasable liquid chalk ink is that it's erasable. So if you make a mistake, if you need to reposition a letter, you can easily wipe it off with a damp cloth and then re-stamp it. You can also pick and choose certain elements from these stamps. The block type, for example, I really love that curved shape, but I didn't have the word that I needed to fit into my design. So I just ink that outside rim. This gives me a little framework that I can customize with my own letters. The retro font gives you a great place to customize the letters. This is an erasable liquid chalk ink pen. You can find them in any big box craft store. I use that just to make shading lines in my letters, and it kind of takes them up a notch. I'm using that same pen to outline one side of the swoosh letters to give them a little bit more dimension. So relax, have fun, and start creating. As long as you have a good, solid, erasable chalkboard surface and IOD's erasable liquid chalk ink, you can design and redesign to your heart's content. All of the products that I used in this tutorial are available at ellenjgoods.com or at our brick and mortar store at 435 Main Street in Medina, New York.